Welcome back to Chicago Sports Update here on IAP Podcast. This is Matt. A quick show as NFL free agency has started. It's been busy. Certainly the New Orleans Saints are in fire sale mode. So everyone else seemingly picking over that carcass, especially with Jimmy Graham leaving, as well as other individuals. I believe they lost several different linemen, a couple of linebackers, I believe, to different teams everywhere. As well as Kenny Stills, one guy that I was rather interested in and thought that had a lot of upside. He ends up over at the Dolphins, who are probably one of the most improved teams, at least so far via free agency. As well as the start of the new NFL year for going into the 2015 season. So they ended up getting Ndamukong Suh as well as Kenny Stills, a couple other players I know of, I've heard about. So they're very much improved. But focusing back on the Bears, they made a couple of signings, specifically Fernell McPhee from the Ravens, as well as now former San Diego Chargers wide receiver Eddie Royal, who's probably going to fit in nicely as a slot receiver, and Antrell Roll from safety from the New York Giants. So hopefully that solves some safety problems from which the Bears have suffered. They decide to part ways and not re-sign Chris Conte, though I don't know who would, but apparently Tampa thinks it's a good idea, so enjoy that lovey reunion down there in Tampa. Let's see. It's nice to kind of now have a little bit of breathing room and let that crazy out and get out of the team. And what I mean is Brandon Marshall was traded to the New York Jets for their 5th-round pick. I believe the Bears also had to send a 7th-round pick to the Jets just to sweeten the deal. So that's fine. They ended up getting something in return. 7th-round draft picks typically don't equate to much. Yes, I know that Tom Brady was a very, very late-round pick. I get it, but that's a different era. Just a completely different era. So with that being said, it's the NFL season, I guess, is starting to kind of, I don't know, I guess people are really wanting that to happen. I can't really blame them for that, or for fans for wanting that to be the case. The NFL is just a monster. It's such a behemoth at this point in time. So next up will be the draft. Yay, fun here in Chicago. As well as a veterans combine to see what veterans who would like to return to the NFL, see what they have, as well as possibly free agents and whatnot. So those interested will soon be able to participate in that. Those veteran free agents are still out there to see see if they still have it and see if they can tickle the fancy of any NFL scouts or NFL GMs, whatever the case may be. So. That's been what's going on in the NFL. And Chicago, other things, Blackhawks are starting to kind of get back on the right track, getting in a winning mode, and winning 5 of the last 7. One overtime loss in there, as well as one regulation loss. So that's nice. Bulls are just quite the conundrum. I don't get it. I honestly just don't understand it anymore. I don't understand the excuses. I don't understand the players. I don't understand the whole situation. As far as I'm concerned, it's all just really, really stupid. You had management come out and say, hey, you know what? We kind of expect Derrick Rose to be back in this sort of timeline. This is a very fair timeline, setting nice, clean ground rules. However, Derrick Rose decides to speak for the first time in 2 weeks, and it's not good. He's just very pessimistic individual. And honestly, somebody that has a very, very poor coaching skills as far as PR coaching skills. He doesn't have it. I would be more than willing to lend my services to him behalf of Derrick Rose, this is an open call for you. I will gladly take on all of your PR problems, frankly, because I believe I could do a much better job than the people you have around you. If it's your brother giving you bad advice, okay, fine. It happens to everybody. Everybody can have brothers can sometimes give bad advice, but boy, this is a real pattern of bad advice that those closest to you are giving you. And that's not good. That's not good for business. It's not good for you. It's not good for the Bulls. And overall, it just hurts your value. And you are genuinely perceived as weak. And you're burning through very quickly all the capital that you gained in the years prior to your injury, as well as in the MVP year as well. So, with that being said, they continue sometimes to win on top in spite of it. Sometimes they're just seemingly a 500 team. They're nothing special, and the problems are more systemic. It's just a bad situation for all parties involved. The Bulls are going to lose Tom Thibodeau. I think they're going to take a very big step backwards come next year. They have a lot of aging and chronically injured players on their team. You have a lot of players on the wrong side of 30, frankly. And your drafting's been horrible. Your talent identification's been horrible. Your free agent identification is lame at best. And you have no direction. You are stuck. You're just perpetually stuck in NBA hell. This is what the Pacers had to go through in the 90s. This is what the Knicks went through in the 90s as well. This is garbage, and I don't understand it personally. I personally just don't get it. I don't understand the complacency that's involved from management. I don't understand the lack of direction, the lack of ownership, not necessarily ownership meddling from Reinsdorf. It's not the case. He's a very good owner in the fact that he lets his GMs go give them enough slack to hang themselves. And as far as I'm concerned, there's far too much slack given to the Garpax team, and it's not. It's lazy. As far as I'm concerned, it's just flat out lazy. You're not. I understand that not being able to land LeBron in 2010, I get it. I get not being able to land him for the 2014 season in his return home. That's just exactly where it was going to go. That's exactly what was going to happen. But other free agents that are out there, you're always a second fiddle. You're not a destination. And frankly, I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going wrong in your presentations. I don't know what's going wrong with other ideas or things. If Derrick Rose is a problem, well, good luck with that. You're just gonna have to wait out that contract, because that's just as bad as the Jay Cutler contract. There's no answers. There's just right now no answers. I'm not afraid of a team tanking, especially an NBA team, especially if you have the talent and scouting department that's able to put together a team for 2 or 3 years out. I think most fans would be accepting of that. I think most Cub fans have shown that they're very accepting of a rebuild. White Sox fans have embraced the rebuild on the move, as it were, and I believe Bears fans are going to be very receptive to the rebuild of that franchise. There's no team that's loved more in this town than the Bears, and for them to just muddle through what they've had to get through, and I shouldn't say muddle through, but from where ownership, I shouldn't say ownership, but where the front office and where those regimes left the franchise over the past, and where they've let the franchise go for the past 5 years, 6 years, is you're reaping that now. You're reaping decades of very poor drafting. It's tough. It's a very tough situation, but I think in the NFL you're able to turn things around quickly. If the Bears don't win a game next year and they end up with the first pick in the draft, frankly, I'd be happy. That's fantastic. I have no reason to doubt Ryan Pace's scouting department, his talent identification eye, and his ability to lead the franchise to where where they have to go in order to compete on a consistent and frequent basis. And by frequent, we mean annual. So I don't think there's I think there's very much reason to believe that this is a much different organization than from where they were under Phil Emery, as well as Mark Trestman. John Fox is more than competent compared to Mark Trestman. So immediately the franchise is better. They're immediately 1-2 wins better without that moron running the team. And frankly, the only thing he could do was crash and burn and running into the ground. And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what the GM did financially, which hurts more. The bruises of running the team into the ground as a joke from a coach, that can easily be healed with a new coach. That's a nice, quick, easy enema. But what you're doing at the front office level and the financial level, you're paying this for years. They are paying for years and years of mistakes of decisions that were made. Horribly advised, if at all, decisions that were done at the drop of a hat, with the snap of a finger, with no clear reason. That's what those decisions were made, and you're going to be paying for them for the next couple of years, and especially right now with the Jay Cutler contract. You had to lose a draft pick, a 7th-round draft pick for Brandon Marshall. You had to send that over to New York. I don't think New York knows what to do with the draft either, so no real loss there. They took his entire lunatic contract, and him being the chief lunatic. So they're on the road to success, I believe. I believe that they're on the road for change, and that is exactly what they needed to do to get back to some sort of stability. But that's really it going on right now. Spring training is often going down in Arizona for both sides of town. Chris Bryant is lighting it up and seemingly hitting home runs at every at-bat that he has. He has 6 home runs and I believe 32 at-bats, and that would be as of 9:41 Central Time on Friday the 13th, this March the 13th. So look out for him. It's going to be very difficult for them not to bring him north, and we'll see what happens with several of the other players. Though the word is from different individuals, especially as reports would indicate from within inside the Cubs organization, as good as Chris Bryant has looked, the real player to watch is Kyle Schwarber. So we'll see what happens there over the next couple of years. I know Brandon's probably going to take great interest in that. And for the White Sox, it's more middle infield questions. What's going to happen? I certainly don't believe the return of Gordon Beckham is going to signify anything special. My money is on Micah Johnson. I certainly want him to get the job, and I want him to run away with the job. I really, really want to see a much improved team, and I really hope the White Sox have put that together. I have no reason to doubt that right now. I don't want to always be the pessimistic, gloomy White Sox fan, because that is we can be known to be, but I don't want to be let down, and I want to have high expectations for this team. I want them to be able to compete for the postseason on that annual infrequent basis. So I really hope that they have the ability to do so and the talent to do so this year. So with that being said, thank you very much for listening, everybody. Brandon and I expect to be back next week as we start to really kind of recap the road to WrestleMania as that comes up, in another 2 weeks from Sunday. Oh, boy. That'll be fun as we preview that and marking the first anniversary of my subscription to the WWE Network. So we will recap next week with all of the WWE news that has happened. So until then, thank you very much for listening. We certainly thank Spreaker for hosting us. You can find us there. You can find us on Facebook as well as on Twitter. Please feel free to interact with us. We certainly do appreciate it, and you can always interact with us via email by sending an email to iappodcast@gmail.com. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a good week.